Hello and welcome to this video. I'm representing the concerned citizens for Airport Way Corridor, presenting a summary regarding a project that will be discussed on the City Council of Manteca on August 17th. And I'll share with you sort of why this project is important for both Manteca and Lathrop residents. And I will do that within 5 minutes or less. The project we are talking about is overseen by CenterPoint Properties, which is a national organization that helps develop warehousing projects across the nation. And this discussion on the 17th will be hopefully they're probably approving a project that is a container yard and a warehousing project, two warehousing projects along Airport Way. The reason why this project is very concerning is because back in 2019, the project was approved. And during that time when that project was approved, there was really an amendment or an agreement done between the city and CenterPoint regarding developing a spine road for that project that will make sure trucks do not use Airport Way and instead use the spine road called Intermodal Way. Now, Intermodal Way was developed and has been developed for a couple of years now. Unfortunately, it does not extend across where this area is located. And that becomes a concern. And I will explain more as to why. Back in 2019, of course, it did get approved, and over periods of time, CenterPoint has been constructing since the late 2020, has been constructing the container yard number 2. In this picture that you're going to be seeing, I show you more of a basic view of where the proposed project is located and already being developed, and why this becomes an issue when it comes to Intermodal Way not being developed. Trucks, of course, do take Roth Road when coming on I-5, and they go down to where there's all these warehousing along Airport Way. Unfortunately, Airport Way is not a designated STAA route all the way. It only is halfway. Trucks have been seen for years by Del Webb community and all the residents outside of Del Webb community going all the way down Airport Way going to 120. And that is actually an illegal route. Intermodal Way is supposed to be used as a designated route for trucks not utilizing a heavily trafficked area, a heavily trafficked road, and using a spine road to allow them to come in and come out and go back onto the designated routes they're supposed to go to. It's supposed to really mitigate air quality, it's supposed to mitigate the traffic, and it's supposed to mitigate the destruction of the roads. Unfortunately, as we see, the proposed CenterPoint project does not have an Intermodal Way provided all the way down here. It's still unfinished, and that was part of the agreement between the city of Manteca and CenterPoint, was to develop the rest of this road if you are wanting to develop CenterPoint project. Unfortunately, that project was provided a chance for 2 years. The agreement said you have 2 years to be able to develop Intermodal Way. And within those 2 years, you won't be given restricted hours of operation for this container yard number 2. Unfortunately, it is close to 2021, close to the 2-year mark, and the project Intermodal Way has not been provided, has not been extended. And so at this time, CenterPoint has not fulfilled its agreement. And actually this coming up meeting, we'll be discussing an amendment number 3, which will provide them another 2 years to develop Intermodal Way. Unfortunately, that becomes an issue due to the fact that if you already have a CenterPoint project for the container yard number 2 being developed, and they're already going to start operations by the end of the year, Intermodal Way is probably going to take more than what they thought it was, since they didn't commit to it 2 years ago. And so because of that, that's going to allow trucks to utilize Airport Way for the time being. Trucks already use Airport Way at the time being. This just enables them to use it even more. The reason why that impacts Lathrop and Manteca residents overall, not just those that are surrounded by the project, is because it's going to increase traffic on Lathrop Road. It's going to increase traffic on Louise Avenue, and it's going to increase traffic on Airport Way. Time and time again, people have stated there has been concerns about the safety of these trucks, these big heavy duty trucks. There have been accidents. There have been concerns of breathing in diesel particulates, and there has been concerns of the destruction of the roads that it causes. Unfortunately, these trucks have designated roads, and they do not commit to these designated roads. And so it is up to the city of Manteca to really make sure that they do protect the residents and do not allow trucks to utilize Airport Way. With that in mind, what's coming up on the city of Manteca City Council meeting on August 17th is discussing the amendment number 3, which will pretty much allow CenterPoint another 2 years to develop Intermodal Way. And at the same time, it will pretty much provide and enable trucks to temporarily use Airport Way to get into the container yard number 2. And right now, you know, it is a huge concern for Lathrop residents and Manteca residents, and I urge you to please attend the city council meeting on August 17th discussing this project. And in this, I do hope you provide a public comment or send a comment letter. And in that comment letter, you must urge the city of Manteca to not execute the 3rd Amendment to the CenterPoint Development Agreement by requiring that they develop Intermodal Way, and that it needs to be completed before issuing certificate of occupancy for that container yard number 2. And also should urge that the city develop mitigation so that trucks don't utilize Airport Way anymore in the future. By placing restricted hours of operation, there should be a clearance bar right along parallel to Airport Way, so that doesn't allow trucks to either even go onto Airport Way or even think about going on Airport Way, and providing a truck barrier on the CenterPoint projects. Lastly, we should urge that the mayor and city council direct the chief of police to enhance semi trucks or even the heavy duty trucks and enhance the enforcement on Airport Way and Lathrop Road, because years and years the residents have been dealing with this, and they have been urging for years for there to be some enhancement, and there hasn't been. And so with that, I please urge you, those that are viewing this video, to please join the video, please join the meeting. It is important. Your public health is at risk, and your quality of life is at risk. Thank you.